now he's probably a Manchurian candidate of sorts, but instead of being hypnotized, he's actually has an implant in his brain, and he just goes into chimp mode as soon as he hears 9/11 or he's asked about 9/11. So enjoy.
That the Bush administration gained from it. Did they plan it in any way or know anything about it? This seems to me extremely unlikely. I mean, for one thing, they would have been insane to try anything like that. First, if they had, it's almost certain that it would have leaked. You know, it's a very porous system. Secrets are very hard to keep. So something would have leaked out, very likely. And if it had, they'd all have been before firing squads, and that'd be the end of the Republican Party forever.
And in this manner he died, as tyrant should.
To take a chance on that, just even if you could control what would, further, it was completely unpredictable what was going to happen.
And was hung up by his heels.
I mean, you couldn't predict that the plane would actually hit the World Trade Center. I mean, it happened that it did, but could easily have missed. So you could hardly control it. But what you could be almost certain of is that any hint of a plan would have leaked and would have just destroyed them. And to take a chance on something like that would be meaningless.
The haves and the have-mores. Some people call you the elite. I call you my base.
Now, if you look at it, there's a big industry in the United States, on the left as well. I mean, you should see the email that I get. This huge internet industry from the left trying to demonstrate, and there's books coming out, bestsellers in France and so on, that this was all fake and it was planned by the Bush administration and so on. If you look at the evidence, anybody who knows anything about the sciences would instantly discount that evidence. I mean, there's plenty of coincidences and unexplained phenomena, and why did this happen and why didn't that happen and so on. But if you look at a controlled scientific experiment, same thing is true. A natural event, not something that's controlled. I mean, most of it will be unexplained. There'll be all sorts of things that happened, but you can afterwards you can put them into some kind of pattern, but beforehand you can't. And the pattern may be completely meaningless because you put them into some other pattern too if you want. I mean, that's just the way complicated events are. So the evidence that's been produced, in my opinion, is essentially worthless. And the belief that it could have been done is so, has such low credibility that I don't really think it's serious. I should say that, I'm pretty isolated on this in the West. I mean, a large part of the left completely disagrees on this and has all kind of elaborate conspiracy theories and about how it happened and why it happened and so on. But I think they're just, first of all, I think it's completely wrong, but also I think it's diverting people away from serious issues. I mean, it just doesn't make any, even if we're true, which is extremely unlikely, who cares? I mean, it doesn't have any significance. But it's a little bit like the huge energy that's put out on trying to figure out who killed John F. Kennedy. And who cares? I mean, plenty of people get killed all the time. Why does it matter that one of them happened to be John F. Kennedy? If there was some reason to believe that there was a high-level conspiracy, it might be interesting. But the evidence against that is just overwhelming. And after that, it's just a matter, if it happened to be a jealous husband or the mafia or someone else, what difference does it make? It's just taking energy away from serious issues onto ones that don't matter. And I think the same is true here. It's my personal opinion.
We choose to go to the moon. We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that challenge is one that we're willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one we intend to win.